Some of us, if not most, defines art mostly as drawing, painting, etc. But what's most interesting is a video to be an art called an art film. It is defined as an art form which is typically an independent film aimed at a niche market rather than a mass market audience. It is intended to be a serious artistic work of an experimental and not designed for mass appeal, made primarily for aesthetic reasons rather than commercial profit, and contains unconventional or highly symbolic content. What you are seeing right now are behind-the-scenes clips last school year in our group project. My art film, since I was the director, leader, and cameraman, is about the Philippine national anthem. Now, let's take a look.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
So, what do you think about the film? Well, if I'm going to ask you what society in the Philippines is, you can't directly put it into words because it comprises not just one aspect. Society may be defined as a collection of people in a specific territory who share the same norms, values, and culture. Now, the film that I've shown you a while ago exposes how the Philippine society have become. From an old-fashioned practices to modern movement, Philippines have changed. Here are some examples of the Philippine society then and now. Before, in clothing styles, Filipinos are very conservative on what to wear. Filipiniana, barong, saya, Maria Clara gown, name it. As long as their body is mostly covered, they're fine. Now, Filipinos have the freedom to choose, going outside wearing sando, shorts, fancy dresses, polos, and high-sit gowns are embraced nowadays. Before, men court women through harana. Now, some men prefer to use gadgets as their communication to court women. Before, houses are built as bahay kubo. Now, fancy houses are American, Italian, or German-inspired houses. Before, children used to play tagu-taguan, tumbang preso, and Chinese garter outside their homes. Now, most children are accompanied by gadgets inside their homes. Before, men have more power than women. Now, equality is being served on both sides. Before, many Filipinos are against homosexuality. Now, protests are emerging regardless of equality among gender preferences. Before, there are arguments between the rich and the poor in terms of accessibility, while now, it's still the same. And lastly, before, our heroes died to protect our country. Well, now? There are many then and now changes in Philippine society, and I'm not saying that before was better and today is bad, and vice versa. Because there are many aspects where before was better than today, and today was better than before. It's just a matter of how we perceive, handle, and normalize it. However, why is this happening? Why is there a drastic change in the Philippine society? Well, it has something to do with modernization. See, the world and technology evolves, and so as Filipinos. It's in our nature to adapt change. Technology evolved so much. We can't just stick to the old-fashioned way of communicating using letters and watching in black and white TV. Another reason for this is because we were colonized by the Americans, Spaniards, and Japanese. As an individual, one way to solve these problems about Philippine society is taking our responsibility into action. As a citizen of this country, why don't we adapt these changes and use them in a good way where we could bring harmony and unity among others? If we have the same good functioning mindset, then these changes in our society will really help build our country's future while preserving our good practices before. Because there is nothing wrong in embracing modernity, as long as it is considerate and respectful to someone else. From Grade 12 Brother Javier Benito, this is Zulkarnin S. Bagondang.